So we've got a really wonderful workout notation here that I got from Charles Poliquin through Ito. It looks a little complicated, but it's actually fairly simple. We have letters and numbers, and we're gonna go through the workout first alphabetically and then numerically. Consider each letter a different section of the workout. So we go A's first, then B's, then C's, then D's, and we keep going as long as is written. In this example workout, so I have A1 is a general warm-up. So you're just gonna go through, you do one set of this general warm-up, whatever that may be, and you finish that, you move on to the B's. When we get to the B's here, we have two of them, B1 and B2. The mistake some people will make is they'll do all of B1 and then they'll do all of B2. We don't want to do that. That's not how it's written here. Alphabetically first, then numerically, right? So we did the A's, we finished that. Now we're on to the B's, but we're going to go B1 and then B2. So here, you're going to do one set of shrimps and then one set of Nordic curls. And then this says repeat B1 through B2 for 5 rounds. So then you're going to go back to B1 and you're going to do it again, and then you do B2 again, and you go until you've done 5 rounds of B1 and B2. And so this is a really powerful thing because we can alternate between push and pull, between anterior chain, posterior chain, between strength work and technical work. Rest is really important, but there are ways, if we work sort of these antagonistic supersets, the muscles we're challenging get more rest while we also get a higher density of work. So this is a really sort of productive hack here for workouts to have a lot more density, but also not sacrifice the quality of the sets. You do 5 rounds of B1 and B2 here. You move on to the C's. There's just one C, C1. Do that, you're done. Just one set there. And then we have D1, D2, and D3. Yeah, and so this can be pretty common. Sometimes we'll have like bigger giant sets where you'll do a bunch of different exercises, things that are generally like a routine of some sort. So here, this is actually a bridge routine. And so D1 is a bridge hold, D2 is bridge rotations, D3 is Jefferson curls. You'll go through D1, then D2, then D3, one set of each, and then you'll repeat for 3 total rounds. So then you'll go back to D1, then D2 again, then D3 again, and go back one more time and finish the whole thing, right? And so as it's written, so generally after whatever letter, it will say how many rounds you'll do it for and how much rest you'll have between exercises or between rounds. And one more thing, we have the tempo notation. Okay, so this doesn't have to be written for all of them, but you'll see I wrote it here for the shrimps and the Nordic curls. So it's 4 numbers, okay? So it's going to be an eccentric, pause at the bottom, a concentric, and a pause at the top. For almost everything, that eccentric is going to be the way down. Whatever the number is written for that phase is going to be how many seconds you spend on that phase. So for instance, the first number here is 4. That means it's going to be a 4-second eccentric. You're going to smoothly go down over 4 seconds. Then we have a 1. That's going to mean it's a 1-second pause at the bottom. Then we have another one that's going to mean we have a 1-second concentric where you can go up quickly over 1 second. And then we have a 0, which is going to mean that there's no pause at the top. So you hit the top and you immediately start coming back down and going back into that eccentric. One more thing that I have written here, a lot of times we'll use an X. The X is going to mean as fast as possible. And so this is pretty much always something we're going to use on the concentrics. You can't do 0 for a concentric, right? Like it's always going to take some time. But a lot of research has shown that going as fast as possible on that concentric is really helpful and will lead to more progress with strength and hypertrophy, right? So that's something we want to do all the time. There are some exceptions, but almost all the time we want to go fast on that concentric, do it as fast as possible. So that's going to be that X there.